It's point of view, let's go. We're making stuffed shells. Some of them that are already cut, you gotta break them up, because they don't know how to let go. It's hard saying goodbye to a near and dear one. But sometimes you gotta. Jeez, I made that sad. Alright. No, speaking of not sad, I did just speak to my mom today for the first time in a while. That was good. Because I got a hold of my sister, who gave me the name of the nursing home my mom's at, finally. She was at a different one, and basically it was time for me to know, because she hadn't returned my calls on her cell phone, so it all works out. And my mom, it's gonna be fine either way, but we want her to live with me, really. She can live with any family. She doesn't want to be in the nursing home. You guys get it. All right, we got the meatballs cooking. Now these are unseasoned meatballs, so I might as well, while they are, you know, thawing out here, whatever. Let's throw some of this here. We're gonna season it all again later, so I don't need to go crazy. Cumin, why not? And even some salt, why not? Okay. Just to give it something to roll around with. And even some paprika. Where did I put that? There it is. Ooh, look at that, that's leaking. That's fine. Paprika, just to give it something to roll around with. All right. I could turn this up. I'll turn it up a little bit here. Now, you could go for like a sear on your meatball, right? More of a sear. But it's going in stuffed shells. That means it's going to be in this goulash, and then in like this little wrap with all this goulash around it, and you know, and cheese and sauce and mixture. So basically it's going to lose any of that sear anyway, so I'm not really worried about a sear. I'm just trying to be sincere and say we're going to partially cook them here, and then they're going to cook all the way in the oven with everything else. Speaking of pre-cooking, I think these are basically done. These are done on the pre-cook. Let's call it right there. You don't want to overcook them on this pre-cook. These are fine to hang out right here. Not even part of the show right here. We do need our this. This is my colander, and since the sink was freshly cleaned, we'll just set them right in like that. Usually I'll put them over like a little bowl or something, but we don't really need that. So we got our oven mitt, we got this. Now let's just feel them real quick, right? Let's feel them. How are these feeling? Oh yeah, they're more than ready. These are good to go. We put them right here. Now typically I would save some of this pasta water if I were making a different pasta dish. But since we're just rocking this, or it's a different type of pasta dish, so we don't really need the pasta water. This is the vegan mayonnaise you're gonna wanna buy. And you buy this even if you're not vegan, because you're supposed to go vegan right now. Best Foods, you can get the Hellmann's one. It'll actually have the same looking label. It'll be the same stuff, except they, for some reason, by the same company, have two different versions where the one says Best Foods and the other one does say Hellmann's. But they're both vegan duty, or heavy duty vegan dressing and sandwich spread. They never use the word mayonnaise, but they could if they wanted to. They're being cute. They're being kosher. Everyone, but it is. This is definitely man, and it tastes great. It's the best substitute you could ever hope for, and it's basically 1-to-1. No complaints from anybody you'd ever hand it to on a BLT, what have you, using, of course, vegan bacon in that case. Okay. Again, I kind of wish I did a little less on the tension, but the reason why the tension's high on this apparatus on my head is because otherwise it would be floppy and loose, and then they would lose some camera angle. All right, so here's this. Oh, look, this has gained little pockets. It's pooled up. That's kind of neat. I feel like this is mostly done. I don't know about the sweet potato. That's mostly done. Let's keep that in mind. This pot is still pretty hot, but that's fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do is get our table ready here. So basically we're just gonna start scooping this stuff right out of here. Or if we can just peel the skin off. Let's do the big one. Because we're starting to make our filling, which I was about to call our goulash. That doesn't really make sense, but I just like using the word goulash. Oh, this is gonna be great. There's no doubt about it. Very healthy. A special meal that you just don't make too often because it just feels like it's a lot, because it kind of is. But we're at the very humble beginnings of it too. These are chilling. They are kind of getting hard on the outside because they're just staying out, but it's all good. I don't know, this is fine. Like that. Now we're gonna put it all in here. I decided. That's what we're gonna do. Put new aluminum foil onto, but I don't have to, and I'm not going to. I'm just gonna use what's on there, and it's gonna work just fine. Put a base layer of sauce on there first. We'll get to that. That's all coming later. This is all gotta get on there. Don't forget a little sugar in here. Quite a decent amount of sugar I ended up putting. Totally good. It'll make it taste great. And then, what? Even some oil. Why not? A little bit of oil goes a long way. There's going to be some oil on these meatballs too, which are nice and partially cooked. You need a fork to mash these things. Here's the fork. What's this shirt doing down there? There we go. Now wait, I do kind of want to do this. Put this taco stuff, excuse me, away. You gotta find the water. Here's my water. All right, I'll check it out. This goes here for now. Here's the bottom layer of sauce. Right in there with, you know, that crispy aluminum foil, you could say. There's some seasoning on that, some cooking marks, and it's all good to me. It will be just fine. Even a little more. We want this wet for when the shells, because these are where we're gonna form the shells. They're gonna get laid down right here, of course. How's the sauce taste? saucy. Well, these just melt in your mouth when it's all done. It's so good. So that's basically full, right? It's a little dent in it. I could try and, right? Like, I'm like, it's fine. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. It goes right about like that. And then go to number 2. And grab another big old piece of meatball. Look at that. Would you just look at it? And another cherry tomato. Grape tomato. Fill it up with some filling. This can be the tricky part, so you gotta like literally like open these little flaps, right? So that the filling can get in there. But some of them will be more full than others too, and that's fine. There's sauce going on top of all this too, and cheese. So this is quite the dish. There's no one quite like it. Stuffed shells, very special. I saw this guy on YouTube do it. He taught me how to do it the first way, like I said, with vegan. He even told you what brands to get for the vegan ricotta cheese. Okay, this shell did break a little bit. That's noteworthy. That's what's slowing down the speed up for right here. There's a little tear in the shell. It's fine. You'll barely notice it by the time you're ready to eat. So, fine. I'll put this, like this. Because we'll see here, by the time we get to the bottom, these gotta be in a tight formation. I'm gonna pull this a little closer too. Just touch the chairs, pull it right here. Actually, you know what? There's a good amount of mixture here, actually. When you look at it all, the bigger picture. Oh, yeah. Meatball chunk, that is. Looks like I want to put more. Then again, wait, we can spread what we got right here. So, you know, you don't want these to be not full. Good. What was I getting? This sauce can go back on warm. And let's see here. I wanted to grab the scraper device. The small one. This has to come off the face a little bit for a second. Okay. Jeez, it's crazy the pressure that's on it. Whew. The things you do for love here. Things you do for YouTube. I still got in my zen here, doing this whole process. Don't get it twisted. Now look, this one's getting more mixture than the last two, when you count all the scraping I'm about to do here. I will say this one, more so than any other time I've made this dish, I think it has just slightly less shells overall, but that's fine. I wish I had known to, well, I just could have used a little bit more of the other ingredients to make the mixture stretch a little more. I also could have filled some of these shells less, to be honest too, but I don't feel like undoing any of that. And look, that looks full anyway, right? So, now, we waste no time. Some of that. Feels pretty good. Ooh, that one had like the meatball sauce on it. Oh, that's really good. Like the oil, I mean. 'Cause the sauce is right here. And here is the sauce. Well, guess what else? We have the cheese. Now I'm thinking I could put the cheese on. I guess, yeah, we'll put it on with the sauce. That's how I usually do it. I was gonna say we could put it in like after, but it might as well all cook together, you know, it's fine. So what if we just kind of space these out a little better here? Maybe this goes more over here. I'm getting this. I was packing them tightly at the top because I was used to having to need to do that. Alrighty. Bear with me, let me strap on here. And oops, we got the microphone. So on the last scene, I didn't actually, the camera died just before I put it in the oven, but you know, whatever. Probably about 2 a.m. or so, I don't even know. Boom, there it is. If that's not done, I don't know what is. I didn't really time it. Played it by ear. You following me, camera guy? Now these grape tomatoes, they're definitely gonna be, they're gonna burst in the best way in your mouth. I love that about these tomatoes when you cook them in pasta. And really, for the first time trying it, you really kind of need to go, you kind of just got to really indulge and enjoy. So there's 8. And that's kind of how you do, you scrape the bottoms around and get the extra. Okay. There's that. Oh boy, went back. This will do a number on your back. Okay, here we go. First try of this round of stuffed shells. Vegan stuffed meatball shells with squash and sweet potato and cherry tomatoes and all that jazz. Mozzarella cheese. Cheers, let's go. Delicious, of course. Of course it is. We got our bread, which we must butter. It's very instant. That's a lot of butter. We'll put some of that on the other piece of bread. This is my last stick of butter, so I can't be going too crazy before I buy some more. I only got a few bucks, so I'm gonna like pick and choose the last things that I might buy for the month. Anyway, this bread. Oh yeah. The squash and the sweet potato, of course, blended, as you saw. It's so good. The meatball really makes it. So each one will have a little bit different amount of meatballs or sized meatball chunk, and some of them have 3 cherry tomatoes. Some of them have 1 or 2. Most of them have 1. I got a real good taste of the juice pop of the grape tomato. So good. I don't know why I'm wanting to zoom in on this. Really hot though, that's why I'm kind of, you know, doing that. Folks at home, it don't get much better than that. And that's a video. It really is. Good enough. I mean, look, it's still steaming. I'll still bite into it. I'm a wild man. You might have even heard the pop that time. That meatball, everything's in there. Don't forget the onions and peppers we put in there, green bell pepper and jalapeno. It's a treat. There you go. Make it. I hope I edit this into a very pleasant video, and I hope that you enjoyed. And yeah, I don't know, it's gonna be tough to edit, but I'll make it happen, right? And so thanks again. See you on the next video here on the recently relaunched Watchdog channel. And definitely give this a try. You can even combine this method with the ricotta cheese method, and like, that's what I was thinking I might try in the future, like combining the 2 ways that I've made this dish. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and peace